Hello and welcome again to another episode of Battle Ready. Well, today, excited for this one?
Yes.
Well, today we thought we were able to get a copy of Warcry. I pre-ordered it and we came to our local store and we were able to pick it up today. And we thought we would go ahead and open it up here on camera.
I got this.
Some of the stuff has been seen before. Games Workshop posted about the contents of the box. And that's sort of what got me to pull the trigger on this one. I had looked at Catacombs in the past.
Bam.
And didn't really, even when they lowered the price this last week or a couple weeks ago, I just didn't, I don't know, just wasn't excited about Catacombs. Especially because I had some of that terrain already. It didn't come with the cards that you needed to play the game. It was really sort of more of an expansion than a good starter set. But Red Harvest seems to be a little bit the other way. So Drake and I are going to get into this, and we're going to show you what comes with Red Harvest.
2,
Go for
1.
it. Like a Christmas present. Just open that bad boy up. All right.
Get up. Ah, fresh smell.
Get that new box smell.
Yeah, the best smell in the world.
All right, so with this down, let's go ahead and see what is up in this.
Open it.
So we're going to put this off to the side here. All right, so the first thing that this has in it is
models.
many sprues. We got one. Oh, actually, I'm pretty excited about this. These platforms are pretty cool. This isn't. I think these were in Catacombs before, but this is the part of the terrain I didn't have, and so I was really excited about it. But of course, I didn't want to spend Catacombs money for basically this sprue. But this is pretty cool.
2.
You've got some
3.
more terrain, ladders, platforms.
4.
It looks like you got 2 of those. Pretty cool. And then this looks like fighters probably.
6.
Yeah, lots of different fighter parts on that one. Pretty nice. All right, over here we've got
7.
some more terrain stuff. More terrain
8.
stuff. Very pointy. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Look, it's got the in the wheels here.
Yeah.
It's got the chaos symbol. That's pretty neat.
8.
All right, more terrain
9.
stuff. Oh, this is interesting. These are the sluices, right? That hold the Varanite that's going down, and you can put them like they match up, so you can put them together to make a thing, or they can be separate.
I think we should put them together.
Well, for sure.
10.
And then 10.
10 whole cubes of sprues.
That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. You get a nice little Warcry poster.
Room.
You want that? All right, this is for Drake. Drake gets the Warcry poster.
It's mine.
All right, what else do we have in here?
A big mat.
So we've got a mat.
Pokes.
Along with some tokens here. Looks like
A lot of tokens.
wound tokens. Looks like
Ability tokens.
ability tokens. These are waiting, if your guys can wait.
First things.
And then this board.
Open it.
Let's see what the board shows us. Oh, we got a little ruler. That's sort of cool.
12 inches, a whole foot.
Yeah, we have rulers because of Age of Sigmar, obviously. We've got some tape measures, so we won't need that. But that's cool to have.
I'm going to start working on this.
Yeah, we'll hold off. We'll hold off on that. But it's nice that it comes with the tokens. And then we've got
A big board.
one double-sided board here.
Look at this. I like this one better.
So this side looks
lava.
like lava. Maybe it's the Varanite in the Varanite mines.
This side's more plain.
This is like maybe above ground, right? Like this is, the other side is your underground in the mining operation.
Yeah.
And this is, the mining operation is below you, so you can see some fissures and things like that.
I think I like the
And this looks about the same size as one of the Age of Sigmar boards.
No, it's bigger. I think this is one of the Age of Sigmar boards.
I don't think so, but maybe.
That's just what it looks like to me. Oh, you can see a skull.
All right, we've got
Bases.
bases and bases and bases. That's all
a lot
good.
of bases.
Then here we have Red Harvest, the rule book. So this contains the core rules, which is great. So if you don't, one thing that Red Harvest does not have is the core book. However, this does have the rules. So the core book, it's sort of like the core book for Age of Sigmar. The core book has the rules and then a bunch of narrative play stuff and Path to Glory type things and all that, which is great, right? But if you just want to play the game, This has it. Plus, I think it has its own sort of
Floor.
narrative play. Yeah, it's got its own narrative campaigns in it that really focus on know the books.
Yes.
That really focus on the warbands in here. So this is a great way to. This feels like a starter set.
Yeah. Why does it look like a spider? Why does it look like
He's part of the tarantula brood. They're like spider worshippers.
So like get that away from me.
So if you're looking
like
for a start, this is great because you can start with all this. You get your 2 warbands. You can play match play. You can play narrative play. You can play open. You know, you can get a taste of everything, and then you can always go get the core book if you like it, or you can always get the supplements to bring your Age of Sigmar. Careful of me. To get your Age of Sigmar guys into the game.
Yeah.
So I was really excited by this. This, even though it's not the core book, it gives you basically all the same information in the core book, just a little bit more tailored to the Red Harvest warbands. All right.
I'm guessing you're gonna be using the jewel painting for a lot of these boys because they have some jewels on them.
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, it looks cool and it might work.
All right. We've got
the guide to build everything.
the guide to building all the dudes. There's a lot of dudes. There's the scenery, right? So that's pretty cool.
We got something trapped under here.
Yep.
Cards.
Then we've
Lots.
got all
Wait,
this
no.
nonsense.
No, these are. What are these?
Well, hold up. So first,
New Warcry dice.
we've got dice, which
For
are great.
For only Warcry.
These are the straight edge dice, so that's sort of cool. You've got them 5. You got 15 dice here, 3 different colors of 5. So you'll have 1 set for each player plus combat, or 1 set for each player plus wild. So you've got enough here. More dice is always good in games like this, but you've got enough to play, and certainly we
So
have
you've got a
enough.
bunch of cards and some explanation stuff.
And then we've got the cards. So there's 4 decks in this game that help you set up.
That's too many decks.
each
You only need
set.
2 decks.
Well, there is a terrain deck,
Oh wow.
which you can use if you want, but also you can just set up the terrain however you want in advance.
This
right?
man has 3 arms.
Yeah, he's a spider. He's growing extra spider limbs.
Wait, this is like the guy from Angels of Death.
Oh, yeah, the Gene Stealer guy.
He has 3 arms.
He does have 3 arms. So there's 1 deck that tells you how to do the terrain, 1 deck that tells you where you deploy,
Yeah.
1 deck that tells you basically what mission you're trying to do, how to win, and then there's 1 deck that has a twist. So it like has a special rule
Many cards.
just for that game. So that way every time you play, it's going to be a little bit different,
Yeah,
right?
it's not repetitive.
Not repetitive. But you know what Catacombs did not have?
But
These cards.
so it's
So
better.
how are you going to do the twist? How are you going to do all that stuff without those cards? Especially because
gets
the
repetitive.
core book has some battle plans, but it doesn't really have the twists and the card and all that sort of stuff in it. So even with the core book and Catacombs, that was one of the things that kept me from really wanting to dive in. Even though those warbands are pretty cool, I wouldn't mind looking at those K-Knight Shadowstalkers a little bit more. But this game comes with them. And then it also has cards for your Tarantulas Brood and your
Dark Oath Brood.
Dark Oath Savagers. Savagers.
Blah, 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 blah.
It shows you who they are, right? So you know their names.
Broodmaster.
But it also has their special abilities. So that way, if I'm Dark Oath Savagers, I can look at this and I can remind myself, what do I do with the double? What do I do
I want to
with
be
the
like
triple?
the Dark Oaths first.
Okay.
You can have the
So
Tarantulas Brood.
this is what comes in
Tarantulas.
Red Harvest. All in
Harvest
all,
Red.
I'm pretty excited. How about you?
Yes.
Right, maybe we were a little too excited about that one. But
I need that ruler.
I'm pretty excited. This is very much what I wanted in a starter set
Poster.
for Warcry. Obviously, I missed the boat. I wasn't playing back when Warcry first debuted, and it had a lot of terrain and a lot of cool stuff. But you know, it's limited. They only made so many, and they were gone well before I was interested in playing.
Yeah.
And then Catacombs was sort of like the big set when I started, but And
That's
so
a
the
lot of
misgivings I
pages.
had with Catacombs were entirely fixed by this. 2 dedicated warbands, all the tokens, all the dice, all the cards, the rules, the playmat, all new or almost all new scenery. This was a great jumping off point.
Yes.
It adds to my terrain, so all this terrain can come into
Where are
Age
you
of
gonna
Sigmar.
put it?
That's on one of those shelves back there. We'll find a spot. But I mean,
But you have to
all
put
this
it
comes
in
into
the
Age of Sigmar. And plus, with the little helper books, I can take those helper books and get war bands from my Age of Sigmar models, which is great.
Yay!
So all in all, I'm really excited by this. This is a great starter set.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to starting my Warcry. I also like that these games are shorter than Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is a multi-hour affair.
Oh, yes.
Even though it's super fun, it's multi-hours of fun, right? I love Age of Sigmar.
Even 1,000 points can last as long as an hour.
Even one, or more easy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This probably won't last like 5 hours, like
No.
AOS.
So obviously we need to play it and get some experience with it. But what I've been get some XP. But what I've been hearing is that games of Warcry are under an hour.
Ooh!
So that means on a Wednesday night, right, or on a Thursday night, we can't really set up and play a whole 2,000 points of Age of Sigmar, right? But if these really are less than an hour,
let's do it.
We could do on a weeknight a game of Warcry just to have fun with it and enjoy the time. So I'm looking forward to it. This is what you get in the box. I'm really excited by it. If you are not a Warcry player and you're looking for an entry point, I'm pretty happy with this. So this would be a good place to get in on it.
That's going to be building all night.
Yeah, those will be fun to build. I love building stuff. So if you were hesitant about Catacombs, you weren't sure, you're looking at this, this is where I'd start.
Yes.
If you already are a Warcry
player,
savant, and you've got all the, it means like
player
superstar.
Okay.
And you've got all the expansions, and you have the original, and you've got all the stuff. Is this a good buy?
Yes.
I think for you, you're going to have to decide, well, you probably already have the cards. You've already got the tokens. You've already got dice. You've already got warbands, right? Really, for you, I think what it's going to come down to is
the terrain.
The terrain, yeah. The terrain is pretty awesome.
Boxes, this is what you
if you always wanted sluice boxes, yeah, the terrain is pretty awesome. I don't know if it's awesome, if it's all the way up for the price awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe after I build it and paint it and I see how it looks, I'll be able to be a better judge.
For your family.
But I think that's going to be the question if you're already interested, is how much do you like these particular warbands? Because if you're going to get them both anyway, that's like $100, right? So that's like half the price of the box.
You can also buy this if you're interested in playing with your family.
Right, I'm saying what if they already have all the stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then the other half of the box, the other $100 is basically the terrain. So is this terrain, which I think is really cool.
Yes.
Is it to you worth the other $100? I think that's really the question.
Yes.
But that's every person's going to have to sort of decide for themselves. If you're getting into it, if you're interested in Warcry and you think, this is something I want to try, but where do I enter? Red Harvest is it.
Yes.
All right. What's your favorite thing? Anything you're especially excited by all this stuff?
I'm excited to play with Dark Oath Barbarians because I've read about them in a book.
Yes. So the Dark Oath, not the Savagers specifically, but Dark Oath
Barbarians.
But Dark Oath Barbarians do show up in one of the Warhammer Adventure series, the Mortal Realms. So Drake is familiar with their evilness.
Yes.
And so that, again, a great way that the lore ties into the game and makes the game so much more fun when you know some of the lore.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what came first, the book or the Dark Oath models first?
The book almost certainly came first because there are Dark Oath people in the Slaves to Darkness book. So there's not Dark Oath Savagers, but there are Dark Oath
Barbarians.
I don't know if they're. I don't know how the Slaves to Darkness book, but there are like Dark Oath sorcerers and Dark Oath cultists and all that sort of stuff.
In the book, it says Dark Oath Barbarians.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It probably is the Dark Oath Barbarians.
So this is more of those Dark Oath people. So there already were Dark Oath. Then the book came out. Then there may be more Dark Oath in the form of the Savagers. Yes. All right, cool. Well, I hope this has been informative, and I hope this helps you make a decision about whether or not you want to jump into Warcry Red Harvest. Full disclaimer, I went out and bought this myself. So nobody gave this to me. I'm not shilling for GW because it's a free copy or anything like that. This is 100% my own money I spent on this, and I'm pretty excited to get started with it. So anyway, this has been Battle Ready, and thank you for watching.